What up, y'all? Once again, courtesy of VGR and Chris Smith, there seems to be another time loop that was hidden in Infinity War. And my boy Chris Smith is going to break it down. Here it goes. One of the prevailing Avengers Endgame fan theories out there says that the remaining Avengers will travel through time to beat Thanos and undo the snap. Now, the heroes will supposedly move through time and universes to gather their own Infinity Stones, which they could use to wield tremendous power like Thanos did in Infinity War. Now, Doctor Strange is the primary candidate for messing with time, but he died in Infinity War, giving the Time Stone to Thanos just minutes before he did. Now, however, Strange did see more than 14 million versions of the future battle against Thanos, including the only outcome where the Avengers managed to beat him. Now, in other words, he's still going to play a significant role in the events that are about to happen in Endgame. Many expect Strange to have just used the Time Stone on Titan to make sure certain events unfold in a particular way, the snap and his own death included. Now, a new fan theory argues that Marvel has hidden a time loop in plain sight in Infinity War, but we may have been too busy with other things to realize it. Here we go. Now, like I said, man, I love Reddit so much, man. Shout out to Reddit and this Reddit user Dan713. He argues that the battle on Titan is in a time loop, and that Star Lord's readings are a hint that everyone on the planet may be temporarily stuck inside the loop. Okay, because I remember Star Lord saying that on Titan, its axis is off mark, man. It's just off its rocks. We saw Mantis literally jumping in the air like she was on a trampoline. The Earth's totally off its axis, or in this case, the planet is off its axis. So maybe that's where the time loop is. So as the Endgame trailer shows us, everyone did die in Infinity War. So the time loop isn't meant to allow them to defeat Thanos on Titan. That's not how victory will be attained. Let's not forget that many people blame Star-Lord for allowing Thanos to win on Titan, but that only happened because Strange never interfered. The magician could have stopped Quill from reacting impulsively to the news that Gamora died, but Strange didn't do anything. This is the only way that they can ultimately win. The Doctor would tell Stark later in the film. However, you don't get to travel to the future to see over 14 million variations of future events without needing some time to do it. And that's where the time loop may have helped. Strange needs time to see everything unfold, so he may require a temporary time loop to ensure he's in control of everything. If you recall, Doctor Strange's solo film, when Strange originally fought Dormammu, he used the time stone to create a time loop, allowing him to move through alternate timelines, trapping Dormammu in a loop. And I'm laughing because I remember that scene so vividly and so precisely. He literally kept saying, Dormammu, I'm here to defeat you. And just dying over and over again. Dormammu eventually realizing that he's been stuck in a loop. And it just kept making me laugh in the theaters, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. So the spell itself showed two rings on his upper and lower forearm. The lower one being smaller and tighter, and the upper being wider. It featured an open eye of Agamotto with a stone glowing. Similarly, when Doctor Strange was viewing alternate futures in Infinity War, it showed similar runes and bands. The only difference being it was on each arm and there was glowing green energy surrounding him, which I gather to imply a heavier workload on Strange and the stone. So, here's the time loop scene in Doctor Strange, and I'll put that in the description box below if you guys want to see it, and the stream from Infinity War. Okay, so the Redditor argues that Thanos pulling Titan's moon over Tony Stark during the battle is because of the axis tilt that Star-Lord measured. Okay, but that was before the battle even began, though. A scene from Infinity War featured Star-Lord taking measurements on Titan, in which he said the planet was 8 degrees off its axis and its gravitational pull is out of whack, all out of whack. Okay, now I see what he means. I was reading it, the top part, not the middle gray part. But before and during the time these measurements were taking place, Strange was busy reviewing futures, and I remember that. The theory says that the moon crashing into the planet is what could have caused those strange readings. And it all happened so fast that nobody other than Strange could be aware of it. Okay. What I'm getting at is that Doctor Strange began his spell before Star-Lord started measuring. Okay. That explains why we didn't see Strange, and he was just going through different realities. He was almost done. I would say he was about a good 60% done with his time traveling by the time, or at least 60, 70% done with his little time traveling, time looping, before Star Lord and everyone else realized that what he was doing. So, and he was doing so strange. And as he was doing so strange, creates a time loop of sorts that has clearly already taken effect, where the repercussions of the moon's impact are already seen before it actually happens. Now, I'm not implying to know or grasp the big picture of this theory. I'm only describing the idea that popped into my head after rewatching Infinity War, and I assume others could add this to work in a concert with some other strange slash time in game theories. Now, I do have a problem with this theory. Regardless of the other events, the order of events, and action in the future wouldn't mess with the next version of the loop. The whole point of time loops is to be able to relive the same event without worrying about the consequences. So in Doctor Strange, whenever Doctor Strange dies, the time loop resets along with everything else. Only Strange and Dormammu are aware of what's happening. Similarly, in Infinity War, the moon crashing into Titan shouldn't interfere with Star Lord's readings and a separate iteration of the loop. I do think that Strange has spent a ton of time investigating all those future events, though, and possibly interfering with other versions of the past and future. He may not have needed to use a loop for everyone else, but only for himself to make sure whatever happens in alternate futures, he'd be brought back on Titan where he'd be able to keep reviewing alternate futures. That way, Strange wouldn't care about dying while messing with the future or past, and he'd always be able to return to the same place on Titan right before Thanos arrives. The full theory, meanwhile, is available below. And if you guys want to check it out, I'm going to check it out anyway. Hold on. And here it is. All in its heavenly glory. Sorry about that. And here it is. Here it is in all its heavenly glory. Alright, guys, that's it for me, man. This has been your boy Sherry Speaks. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more content. If you guys have any requests as to what videos you guys want to do next, please let me know in the comment section below. They're always welcome. They always will be. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that way you guys can be updated on whenever I drop a video. This has been your boy Sherry Speaks. Peace and love.